Okay, here's more on why we cannot wait for future and rigged elections to defeat Trump. Because the fascists are telling you to your face they will steal the next election. Trump said recently,
"We can never let what happened in the 2020 election happen again."
He is making sure that this time, when he moves to overturn an election he lost, he will win. Listen to what leading MAGA fascist Steve Bannon said in a recent interview.
Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is.
Trump has repeatedly threatened to jail Democratic politicians, accusing them of being insurrectionists. And what kind of free and fair election can go on when large sections of traditionally Democratic base are afraid to go out into public spaces because they are terrorized by the ICE Gestapo, backed by the National Guard? Now, some people have recognized the danger and sounded the alarm, like this from David A. Graham in The Atlantic. In it, he scenarioizes the 2026 midterms in which Trump wins the Senate and does a bunch of shenanigans to steal the House. And at the very end of the article, he says, an engaged electorate demanding clean elections and turning out in force has been the strongest and most consistent bulwark against Trump. In what world? How can you say playing by the rules is our best defense against someone who doesn't play by the rules? That's no defense, that's just delusion. Now, this doesn't mean to despair or give up. I'm also not telling you not to vote. But we cannot wait for or rely on the elections to defeat Trump fascism. And that's what we're facing, fascism. And it's just as dangerous and consequential as what the Nazis did in Germany. And act now before our window to seriously oppose this fascism closes. As the call to flood DC November 5th, issued by Refuse Fascism and Open to All, says, humanity's only hope is for the decent people of this country to rise in our millions. We cannot wait for future and rigged elections. We must drive the Trump fascist regime from power. One more point. We also can't wait because look at what's happening right now. There is a human cost to waiting. The kidnappings, the ICE terror, the women and LGBT people stripped of their rights, the genocidal white supremacy running rampant and purging of Black voting rights and jobs, the attacks on healthcare, education, the planet, and truth itself. No. This fascism cannot be lived with. It must be defeated. November 5th, Refuse Fascism launches a sustained, nonviolent but determined protest movement. Not one day, but coming back again and again, being at the seat of power in Washington, D.C., not stopping until the regime is removed from power. And you are needed between now and November 5th and onward to be spreading the word about this, telling everyone. We need as many people in Washington, D.C. to launch this effort as possible.